Hi there, Nemaria here, and welcome to the 7th My Little Pony Monday. Woo! Okay, let's get started. So, this week I am going to be talking to you about the awesome My Little Pony comics that IDW is putting out. Now, they've only released issues 1 through 5 so far. The 6th issue is coming out in May, and I'll be honest, I don't have a whole lot of previous experience reading comics. I think the closest I ever got to becoming big into comics was back in middle school when I was reading the Powerpuff Girl comics. And I'll be honest, as a nerd, I can't say that especially counts. Even though they were cute stories and they were pretty awesome, it's just not. You think comics, you think superheroes, and yes, the Powerpuff Girls are superheroes, but they're not exactly, in spandex and tights and fighting to save the world against, well, they are fighting to save, I don't know. They're just not your normal superhero-esque type thing. Anywho, so, these comics are pretty awesome. I've only read the first issue. I'm really behind. I picked up the first, well, not the first, but the second printing of the box set, of the first, set of the covers for issue 1. I picked that up, back at Animate. And I'll be honest, I didn't read it. The main reason I picked it up, aside from collecting it, was so that, I could have Andrea, oh, hold up, there we go, Andrea Libman sign it. But, yeah, I've read issue 1, and I really liked it. Basically, the storyline seems so far is that, oh no, Queen Chrysalis is back, and she's going to try to take over Ponyville and Equestria all over again, but her scheme is a little different this time. I'm not going to give away too much for those of you who haven't read it and those who wish to, but it's kind of cool. It starts out, I didn't expect it to start out where it started out. Basically, it starts out with the Cutie Mark Crusaders, and they're, of course, trying to do their usual thing and get their cutie marks, and then all of a sudden, bam, here comes the storyline. And it makes sense, because it's funny, and it's cute, but, nah. Anywho, so I'm really looking forward to reading issues 2 through 5. 6, like I said, comes out in May. I wasn't going to be, at first I didn't know if I was going to be interested in the comic books, because I'm not, there's so many covers to collect. And when I get started with something, I usually like to collect it. Like the trading cards, and the blind bags, as you can still see. So yeah, so I probably won't be collecting every single cover, but anything that I can find that's in a relatively cheap price range, yeah, sure, why not? For example, I found this awesome comic book store that's local to me called Superhero Beach, and I wanted to give a big shout out to them. They were really cool. I was really impressed with their store, and I can't wait to go back. I've actually signed up for a subscription to the My Little Pony comics, so they'll be letting me know when issue 6 is at their store, and I can go pick it up and everything, and it's pretty cool. But the point is, they had a whole bunch of the comics that I hadn't previously seen in stores, because the only other comic book store that I knew of was kind of old-fashioned, and they weren't into the newer mainstream stuff. I mean, yeah, they had The Walking Dead, but that was really it. They were more of a card gaming store rather than a comic book store. Their comic book section was really small. Anywho, the point is, I found some awesome covers, so I'm going to show those to you now. This is the B cover for issue 3. Yeah. I'm only missing issue 2 right now, so that's the only reason I haven't continued reading. But I'm hoping to pick that up sometime. And this is the Hot Topic variant, which, for issue 4, which of course has Lyra on it, her heartstrings, and the whole St. Patrick's Day motif, because it came out in March and whatnot. Let's see. Okay, here is cover A for, the 5th issue. There we go. And here's cover B with Rarity on it, and that looks like a missing poster, so I'm curious, but I don't want to skip ahead. Don't want to do that. It's the same thing with manga. You don't want to do that. It annoys me. Okay, this is the Hot Topic variant for issue 5 as well. We got Trixie, you know, in a big fight scene. And this one is something that I'm pretty proud of. This is actually, I found out about, there are comics called retailer incentive comics, they're not comics, they're special covers. And it's basically 1 out of every 10 comics that a comic book store gets in has a chance of being one of these special covers. And this is the one that they had for issue 5. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, I love that so much. And it's a really beautiful cover, and it even says, you know, like sun, and it says moon, and it says day and night, and it's gorgeous. Like, I love it so much. Hold up. There we go. It's fantastically gorgeous, and it's definitely the favorite cover that I've picked up so far out of all of them. The second set of comics that IDW is putting out for My Little Pony is the My Little Pony Micro Series. Now, what that seems to be so far, I've read the first issue, and they seem to be separate stories. Like the first one, the one I've read, is basically a little mini series, or not a mini series, but a mini story, short story about Twilight, and she ends up going to work at this library, and she meets someone, and you know, tries to make friends with them, and it's a really cute story. I don't want to give too much away, but it's really cute. And I also have issue 2. Now, I'm not sure when issue 3 is coming out. I think issue 2 just came out. I'm not sure. I haven't checked on that. But this one's going to be about Rainbow Dash. So I'm looking forward to reading that and seeing what adventures she's getting herself into. The micro series, those are completely separate. From what I've seen so far, they're completely separate from the original comic set and also from the, you know, main show. So they're completely different, and you can read them separately, and they're really cute, and I'm looking forward to reading more of them. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of spin they're putting on this whole Queen Chrysalis thing in the original comics, and I'm thrilled to be getting into something other than manga and, you know, normal forms of literature for me. Like, I'm excited to be exploring into something else that I haven't explored into before. Okay, I'm rambling, but yeah. Oh, and happy April Fool's Day to everyone who had an awesome day today, and I hope you got pranked in a nice way, not a bad way. I hope you had fun. I had fun. I didn't get pranked. Woo! Managed that. Kind of helped out with a few pranks though, but I'm keeping those on the down low. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. So, if you have started reading the comics or want to start reading the comics, you know, leave your comments below. If you have any opinions about them, like if you've read them, like I said, let me know what you think. Are you excited about it? Do you like how the art style is? I know they're using a couple different artists and they're like switching out, and it's pretty cool. And yeah, like if you haven't read them, is there a reason why? Are you gonna check them out sometime? I don't know. So, that's all I have to say for this My Little Pony Monday. I look forward to seeing you next week, and thanks for watching.